What's up, YouTube? My name is Owen Grainer. This will be my first ever video. A bit about myself. Today, I run a business. Last month alone, we did over 25,000. Now, I know that's not incredible numbers, but it's something I'm really proud of, and I think we're going to build off of to get much, much larger. The topic of today is I truly believe most people are lying to themselves about what it is to be productive, about what it is to actually get things done and progress in life. I'm still figuring out in real time. Don't get me wrong, I don't have everything figured out. But over the last 2 years of trying to start a business and doing what I've done with social media marketing, I figured a thing or two out, right? And I'm going to try to explain that in this video as well as I possibly can. And hopefully I'm able to provide some value to someone who may be watching this. Obviously 2 subscribers right now, but hopefully there's some viewers on this video and someone gets an ounce of value from this. When I was in high school, even, my freshman year of college, which was last year, 20 years old, by the way, guys, something that I had a really hard time figuring out was that I did not need to have this like elaborate, perfect routine. Genuinely, you don't. Being productive is about doing the actions in life that are going to genuinely drive your life forward. And guys, I promise you, that morning routine that you're doing, that grounding and all of this other bullshit, genuinely, it is. I mean, in my opinion, it's kind of bullshit. It's not helping you, bro. It's not helping you get to where you want to be in life. Now, let's backtrack a little bit. The first thing you need is a strong identity with self. Now, what does that mean? You need belief. You need to have a picture of yourself in your mind of the person you want to become. Now, I know that sounds cliche and you've heard it a lot, right? But that's step one, right? Obviously, that does come before your action, before your productivity. You need to believe that you are the person that you want to be, right? So I believed that I was the business owner hitting $25,000 per month. And really, I believe I'm a lot higher than that. And in subsequent, I was actually able to hit that number, right? But I had to believe first, and that's crucial. Now, the second thing is, though, that a lot of people think that you do need to be perfect in many ways. Like, I've seen these people, and I used to be like this too, where it's read a book a week, make sure you're working out every day, no drinking on the weekends, no smoking weed, no scrolling your phone, none of this, right? And yes, those things can all help. Don't get me wrong. No one's saying that shit's good for you, okay? I'm not advocating for that. But I am going to tell you that that's the shit that's not going to really get you to your goal, okay? The first thing you need is identity. The second thing you need is genuine, raw action of the actual action items or the actual things that are going to get you closer to your goal, right? So you want to be a business owner. You want to make your first $10,000 a month online. Okay, let's first align with that value. Let's make sure we know in our mind that I am the person that can do that. Okay, this isn't the video for that. I will make one in the future where I explain farther on how to actually create and curate an identity that you can align with. But that's step one, okay? Now, step two is let's actually plan out what we need to do every day to get there. And I promise you that those routines, those little things that you think are going to work, that's going to bring you closer to the goals, those are a facade. Those aren't getting you closer. When aren't you going to realize that, bro? You've been stuck, for how many months doing these little things? Maybe it's reading, maybe it's affirmations, maybe it's talking to other business owners, maybe it's joining a course and watching material. But guess what? If you're not going to take action, none of that matters, bro. It just genuinely does not matter. A story about me. When I started social media marketing, my senior year of high school, I was 18 years old. I spent every single dollar in my bank account to buy a $1,000 course on how to learn how to do social media marketing, right? Every dollar gone. $0 left to my name. And, with this, I started the first 3 months off not doing shit. I watched the course material. I prepared. I learned more. Whatever the case might be, whatever you want to tell yourself, bro. But I wasn't taking the action that I was actually going to take to sign my first client, to start making money online. And I talked to one of my mentors in the program, and I told him what I was experiencing. And he goes, bro, I want you to make a promise to me. He says, I want you to make a promise to me that you're going to send one proposal a day to a business owner every singular day. And you're going to do this as long as it takes, right? And that's what I did. I had 2 free hours in high school during classes. During those free 2 hours, I never worked on schoolwork, ever. I sat there and I figured out how to write sales letters to companies. I figured it out. I did it over and over and over and over. And eventually, after like 3 weeks, I signed my first client for like $450 per month, which was a lot of money for me back then. I had literally $0 in my bank account. I was asking my mom and dad for money on a weekly basis because I genuinely couldn't afford anything. Now, I was in sports at the time, of course, and doing some other things, but genuinely, that's what it took. It took the raw action to actually do it. And at that point, you know what? I didn't even have that strong of an identity in myself. I didn't really even know if this was going to work. I didn't believe in myself that much, but I knew if I did this thing every day, I would get somewhere. And if I did this every day for the next year of my life, and I don't sign a client by then, maybe I'll consider something else. But guess what? I ended up signing a client in like 3 weeks. And from there, I grew the business, month by month. And by the time I was in college, I was making like 4 or 5,000 per month with it, while I was doing my classes. And then when I quit college after my freshman year, the business took off, and now we're doing 25. We're looking at 35, 40 this month, right? We're going for it, right? So that's what it takes, guys. Now, I just cannot express enough how important raw action is, not putting these mental barriers, these mental jail cells in your head of, oh, I need to be perfect. I need to do all these little things. I need to meditate. I need to read every night. Bro, before you do any of that shit, do the shit that's actually going to make you money. Do the shit that's actually going to get you bigger muscles or whatever your goal is, bro. Do the shit that's actually going to get you to that goal. Why are you doing this little stuff and prioritizing it, frankly, over the thing that's actually going to change your life? So many people are making that mistake. So many people. So many. And I see it in beginners all of the time. They're just simply not taking the raw action to do the stuff that's going to get them to the goal. Now, this is my first video. I plan to make a lot more of these in the future. We're going to do a Greece trip here really soon. Me and my colleague are going to go to Greece. I'm going to try to get some videos there. We're going to be talking a lot more about topics like this, about identity, about how to improve your life, how to actually make change in your life. And I'm going to document my own journey. Like I said, I have some pretty large goals, really, really large goals, right? I'm at 25,000 per month now, and I plan to be hell of a lot higher than that by the time 2027 comes. And I believe in myself, and I have the identity of someone that's doing a hell of a lot more money than that. And now I'm going to do the action items to get there. So if you can take one thing from this video, one thing only, I need you to actually do the shit that matters. Do it. Do the shit that matters. If you want to subscribe, if you want to stick around, I would truly appreciate that. Of course, this is my first video. Who knows how many people even made it to the end, or who knows how many views this even got. But, Instagram is in my description bio. If you ever have any direct questions for me, hit me up there and I will make sure to answer you. Thank you so much for watching the video. I will catch you soon. Bye-bye.